Hello, this is Positive Vibes Enterprise. I am Tom Goodwin, and this is Michelle Ronquillo.
Hello, everybody.
And the subject today is developing spiritual theories.
Yes.
And there's a certain methodology to the way I develop spiritual theories. It's not random. It isn't autocratic. It isn't like I just get some kind of vision or it comes from some source and then say, "Oh, I got it, and now I have a great new spiritual theory." No, it doesn't work that way. Um, I developed certain meditative training techniques over a course of 30 years, and the the reason I had developed the better meditative training techniques was I was in the process of developing an astrology system. So in order to develop that, I had to be able to go places other people couldn't go spiritually. So I had to develop really good spiritual training techniques. And not only do I do meditative walking techniques and other types of meditation, but I do the dumbbell swings, which is a different type of meditation in a way because I do the over breathing, which is a requirement of all forms of meditation. Is you over breathe, even if you're in a real slow down state. The over breathing is very it doesn't seem to be breathing much at all.
Yes. And so for me, um, when I was 5, my father passed away, and my eye was open to the energy realm of the spiritual, which means I could see ghosts, spirits, loved ones, auras, chakras, you name it. And there was nothing really around to explain the survival mechanisms of those spiritual things that I was seeing and feeling, because you're always in tune, being an empath of your feelings and other people's feelings. So I got in the habit myself of a survival type of theory way of walking to enhance the reality based things that would make me healthy in the spiritual.
And one of the interesting things about my meditative walking is how I first started doing my meditative walking. I was sitting down, I was doing a sitting meditation in public, which I like to do things in a challenging way, so I do it in public. And I said, well, what if I stood up and I walked while I was in that state? So I got up and I walked while I was in that state. And from then on, I started developing it further and further. But it was kind of interesting that it just happened sort of spontaneously. But a lot of new creative ideas come that way. You just all of a sudden you think about them and then you say, well, will this work? And then you try it out and then you see
Yes,
how it works.
the spiritual is very spontaneous, and um, when you are developing things, you experience. So even with Tom's meditative walks, I experience his walks every night that we go out, and I experience the meditative walks. My senses are heightened, and there's something going on in my body when I'm doing these meditative walks that is definitely, his theory is proving to be true with my experiences, and that's very important.
And I've developed the meditative walk by experimentation, trying this, trying that, seeing how this worked and that worked. And I actually encourage people to figure out what will work best for them. That you can
Right.
experiment, just understanding the principles behind it, which is has to do with meditation being a sort of controlled hyperventilation, which means you actually breathe more than you would normally breathe. And I've gotten into pretty rapid breathing type meditation. And of course, hyperventilation, science may think of it in not the healthiest, having be connected with people that are sick or not that healthy. But the thing is, things that may seem unhealthy for somebody who is unfit when they're dealing with it, once you get fit or conditioned, you can do things that other people can't do, and you can do it in a healthy way. You can get get comfortable with state that other people would consider not a healthy state, but for you it becomes a healthy state.
Yes, it's all about training, even in the paranormal spiritual sense, even in the reality based sense of the spiritual that you're trying to work on with your feelings and emotions and the ebb and flow of your daily life. It is all about training. It's all about trying. It's all about experiencing. And it's all about staying aware of that spiritual intuitiveness.
And it's sort of a cycle you go through. You do the training, and the training makes you more aware spiritually because the training puts you in heightened spiritual states and you get used to them. Then you can tune in better to the
Yes.
spiritual, what's happening spiritually around you. But that doesn't mean you understand it that well because you've just entered new territory, so to speak. So then the next step is to develop theories to explain
Exactly.
in a better way what is going on, how things are actually work spiritually, and you have to develop better theories when you tune in better. And then when you develop the better spiritual theories, they connect you to reality in a harder form, and they enable you to have the desire and the motivation to take on even rougher and harder training, that you're willing to do it because you are now conditioned to connecting to the spiritual in a tougher way. I mean, the spiritual theories make you
Yes.
stronger. They give you that toughness.
Yes, and then you can adjust to your spiritual strength, to your new heightened awareness. And then once again, it's all about exploring, experiencing, and really, paying attention to what works, what flows with you, and make it your own. Whatever technique you're using.
In spiritual training you can become able to handle really intense and difficult spiritual training. But what is spiritual training for? It's for life, and life can be
Yes.
extremely difficult and it can be painful at times. So if the training is difficult and uncomfortable, dealing with the that which is beyond your comfort zone is what helps you to develop further spiritually. It helps you to be able to handle more of what is hard to handle in a world that is extremely can be extremely challenging at
Yes,
times.
I give it an example of like growing pains when a tooth is coming in or your feet are growing. It hurts to grow. So you use that analogy that it's a good hurt, like you're thriving through, you're pushing through the state of that hurts a little bit, but once you get past that hurt, boom, you're on a higher level of a spiritual understanding.
And when I've done my spiritual training, I try to do my meditative walk with my mind quiet. But what I found was that my mind would not stay quiet if I had certain spiritual theories that weren't adequate for the state I was trying to put myself into.
Yes.
So I would, after my meditative walk, or maybe even during it at times, I'd be developing better spiritual theories to replace the ones I had. So when I did my next walk, I could keep my mind quiet for more time because my mind wouldn't get disturbed when I went in that spiritual state because my theories weren't aligning to the state I was in.
Yes, that's very important to tune in what you're focusing on, evolving with the spiritual theories and techniques, and even your daily routines. Just a little bit of change, a little bit of push, a little bit of extra energy when you just don't think that you have it, but you do it anyway and you push. Those are the times that those adjustments and those spiritual rewards will come in.
In these spiritual theories, um, the purpose of them is to connect with the challenging reality we are in right now. The object is to be able to serve more of a purpose, positive purpose
Yes.
in this world that has so many challenging problems, have so many things that could be improved on, and desperately needs people that are more spiritually capable to elevate
Yes.
What we are able to do spiritually, because the spiritual underlies everything. And if the world is messed up spiritually, it's because on the spiritual level it's messed up. The state of the world spiritually is not where it should be. So we have to elevate things on the spiritual level in this world before we can elevate what's happening on the surface of this world.
Yes, and we need more voices, more experienced people that are stepping out and doing those actions to create new spiritual theories that will benefit the world.
And we could, I don't have to be the only one developing spiritual theories. Everybody that has what we call the aptitude, or
Exactly.
has a focus in the spiritual, should be able to add to spiritual theories in the area in which they are most capable. I'm only one person, and we get a whole bunch of people together, a whole lot of new
Exactly.
spirituals.
We all together are making new spiritual theories for like minded people to try and to evolve into better and greater things. That's what we want. Tom's meditative walk is wonderful, and I add my own little throw my arms up in the air to get that. Uh, Feeling of those senses that come out with those meditative walks. I make it my own walk, and I enjoy my walks very much. And so being able to share his techniques with me and with you is amazing. And the things that everybody has to share, their techniques, their ways of like-mindedness to increase the spiritual involvement. Let's do it. We want to hear it. We want you to share with us.
And the truth is often painful. Discovering more of the truth is difficult and it's often painful, but um, you can't achieve a lot in this world unless you can deal with a lot of duress and a certain amount of pain and difficulty. The people that can
Yes.
handle more pain and difficulty are the ones that take on the biggest challenges and
Yes.
achieve them all.
Because with empathize, I mean, the empathy and compassion of relating to spiritual understandings of what somebody went through, that matters so much on a level that makes you deeper spiritually.
And just like, for an analogy, the person climbing Mount Everest for the first time, it's going to involve a certain pain, certain discomfort, but people will handle the pain and discomfort really well when they know it's a good purpose. The pain won't bother them so much because they know if I can get through this pain, I'm going to get these good results. A serious problem that is affecting this world will be
Yes.
solved, and I will go through anything to solve this problem because I know that people are being hurt by this problem right now, and I'll deal with the pain too,
Yes.
so that they won't hurt in a way that is damaging to them. I mean, not all pain is damaging, but when there's a serious problem in the world that is painful, a lot of people do get damaged.
Yes.
I think we pretty well covered this subject. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, everybody. Please share and comment, and we would love to get back with you.
And subscribe.
Yes, subscribe. See you
Okay.
next time.
Okay, this is Positive Vibes Enterprise. Thank you very much.